Something I've been working on like a lot lately is my mind. You know, I'm trying to really master my mind and my thoughts. This shit is literally like a superpower if you're able to control it in a way where you're completely conscious of these thoughts. Just every day actively training them, working to become a better person mentally. And what I noticed about me and a lot of other people is that a lot of times we don't even realize we're in a prison of thought. People are not becoming the best versions of themselves because of themselves. You know, hearing that, you're probably like, no shit, you know, this isn't the first time you heard that. But just by looking at you, bro, I could tell you're not applying it. Because being aware of your thoughts, being conscious of your thoughts, working with them, understanding them, even loving them is a lot harder for niggas than you would really think. It takes a level of honesty, acceptance, self-reflection. And once you're able to dive into all that shit, the grass is greener on the other side. And unfortunately, bro, a lot of these niggas don't got it. It's unlikely you were taught this as a kid. Work, nigga, think about it later. And it's just an unhealthy, limiting way of living. And I can't really speak for you or anybody else. Not really here to give advice, nigga. I'm just gonna tell you my experience, what I've learned, how I've grown. And maybe if you can relate, bro, or if you just fuck with it, just take what you like and apply what's needed. If nothing's needed, nigga, dislike the video and throw it away. Why do you think I'm using a prison analogy when talking about thought? You know what's cool about prison, bro? You got a place to sleep, you got a yard, you got friends. It's not half bad if you got sentenced and you know you got to learn how to cope. Learn how to live with these limitations that were brought upon you. Accept them for what they are and just sit in prison. And that right there is exactly what niggas let their thoughts do to them. As if they're literal metal bars. Naturally, people with a limiting mindset sit in that mindset and remain limited. Oh, maybe I'm just not good at this. This isn't for me. I could worry about it later. Some shit like that. Like, yeah, okay, nigga. While you contemplate if you're enough, there's a nigga just as unqualified as you, but who's willing to test those theories. Meaning he's not sitting in a fucking prison. And that's not to discourage you, you know, say you're a loser and he's not. He has something figured out that you don't. Y'all lives are completely different. There's a reason he is the way he is, and there's a reason you are the way you are. It's about understanding and overcoming the flaws that come with you. Don't act like they don't exist, and don't act like they're these metal bars that are stopping you from living a better life. Learn to live with yourself, bro. Those thoughts are never going away, nigga, till you die. So are you gonna avoid them, sit in a prison, or face them and break out? You will break out every time you face them. And how do you do that? Oh, don't I got some news for you, buddy boy. First, you have to truly understand that your thoughts, actions, behaviors, assumptions, overall just perception of the world, it's all formed from our past experiences, upbringing, trauma, culture, whatever. A whole lot of shit that you can't really control at this point. These experiences have made you you. And for those with a limiting mind, that trauma, past experiences has shaped this prison that you now live in. I feel like one of the biggest steps, the first step, honestly, is not only accepting your reality, but learning to love it, because, bro, it's all you got. Your mental prison that you now live in wasn't your fault, bro. It was out of your control. But now that you're aware, bro, it is in your control. Start noticing when these thoughts come up. Like, for example, up until like a few months ago, for the past 1 or 2 years, I was dealing with some like bad social anxiety, nigga. It was horrible. I went from like a super extrovert, whatever, to a fucking weirdo. I had some things happen to shape me into that and started just accepting my reality as is. I got comfortable in my prison, bro. I had nice pillows. But the thing is, bro, no matter how much you cope, no matter how nice your pillows are, you are still in a fucking prison. And I was tired of it, bro. I was so tired of it. So I started noticing when these like limited thoughts would come up, like really catching them like a fucking fish. And then instead of reacting to them or giving them any sort of power, I just look at them and be like, what up, nigga? Old friend anxiety back in town. But this time, not fighting with him, literally just staring at his ass, not beating myself up for having the feeling, oh, why do I get so anxious? Like, no, bro, like, this is me. I know why, and I can't let it control me anymore. When the limiting thoughts come up, don't attach any sort of feeling to it. Just recognize it's your human tendencies, you know, doing human shit. I feel like one of the ways people like to get past it is that they hide it behind, like, something else. Something artificial that'll get the job done for now. Like, that's literally what people with fake confidence do. They put up a front, put up an act, even convince themselves of being this person they want to be, or maybe just not wanting to be themselves, so they tuck away their real selves. But you know, that shit always gonna come out, bro. Maybe in a burst, maybe behind closed doors. Regardless, you're not gonna be sleeping well every night. You can't allow yourself to get comfortable in these spaces that are also keeping you stagnant. Why are you not willing to break out of the prison? There's no guard, nigga. There's no other inmates climbing up and out of the prison wall. You know what I'm saying? That's scary, bro. Motherfuckers scared of heights sometimes. What if you fall back down before you get up? Or maybe you get halfway there and you're like, nah. But thinking you're incapable of such a feat, it just ties and builds into the idea that you have a limited mindset. You're doubting yourself. You gotta understand that you have to take that leap of faith and believe in yourself. Like, as corny as that shit sounds, when your thoughts of doubt come up, and they inevitably will, because again, you're a human being, you don't have life figured out, and you literally never will, you have to be able to recognize it. Notice the limiting thoughts and be like, I'm doing it again. And over time, you'll be able to recognize self-limiting thoughts before they even take hold. Master your mind, dude. It's a superpower. You weren't blessed to just have this unlimited mind, bro. bro, so you gotta work for it. Motherfuckers do not know how to deal with uncomfortable thoughts, and they end up crashing out because they don't practice or train their mind. Like, it's literally like going to the gym. If I drop 275 pounds on your chest and you never hit the fucking gym, what do you think is gonna happen? It's the same shit with your mind, bro. You have to get in a habit of training and taking control of this shit. And the best way to do it, the most productive way to do it, and honestly to me, damn near the only way, well, maybe not the only way, but again, for me, meditation. You're forced to sit with nothing but your thoughts, and then when they arise, you have to figure out a way to deal with them. A healthy way. You can't act like they don't exist. You can't get mad at yourself for having them. Accept and surrender to the idea that you're human and become better off of it. I feel like also people with limited mindsets, a lot of what you think about yourself is honestly probably not true. Whatever you feel like you're incapable of succeeding in or trying to do or whatever, your mind is gonna magnify it, bro. It's gonna make it seem like it's impossible. You might be afraid motherfuckers gonna judge you. You might be afraid that you're just, again, incapable. You have these just internal barriers that are probably coming from like a lack of self-worth. And to that, you gotta start telling yourself that you are worthy. Even if it comes off as delusional, to have an unlimited mind, you have to think highly of yourself. And maybe you can't just turn that on, bro, because you're a piece of shit. You don't work on your mind, you don't work on your body, you sit in your depression, you won't face your demons, you're just completely unconfrontational with yourself. And in result, you have no faith in yourself. Simple math, bro. 2 + 2 = 4. You gotta take care of yourself in other areas of life so you could be confident in other areas of life. One of the biggest reasons why I was able to break my social anxiety is because, bro, I started taking care of myself, nigga. I started eating good, I started meditating, I started treating myself with respect, and now I feel like on top of the world, nigga. There's not shit you could tell me. People will literally scroll on reels all day, or even go to work, bro, even have a productive life and not worry about nothing else, and then wonder why they feel like shit. Like, come on, bro, let's look in the mirror real quick. This isn't something that can just be solved after watching a YouTube video or even watching 10 YouTube videos. You could fully understand the math of it all, but if you are not taking action, if you are not working on yourself day by day, you're absolutely cooked. There's no point in you even watching the videos. Do you actually want to get better, or do you want to just keep hearing about it? You don't want to be on your deathbed with regret or like feeling like a loser or something. Imagine you're literally about to die and the thoughts that are coming up in your head is, damn, I suck. Is that really what you want for yourself, bro? No, it's not, dude. Don't convince yourself that it is. So let's go over the blueprint real quick, my nigga. Become aware of your limiting beliefs. When the anxiety or the I'm not good enough or whatever comes up, don't focus on the reaction or feeling of it, bro. Just observe it. Accept who you are. Like I said, your past experiences have made you the way you are. Why beat yourself up over it? It's never gonna change. Be kind to yourself when these thoughts arise. They're natural. Understand that you can't stop them from coming up, but you can stop yourself from reacting in like an unproductive way. Take action. Meditate. Actively work on your mind. Work on your confidence. Understanding will never be enough. In fact, it's actually more depressing to think that you understand but aren't able to take action. Don't become comfortable in your prison. You're still in prison, bro. It don't matter how good them pillows are. And the most important thing of it all, you have to be patient, kind with yourself, and willing to grow. You're never gonna have life figured out. Changing the way you think is not gonna be easy, and that is completely okay, bro. As long as you're actually putting in the work, you are bound to get better. On days when it's hard, bro, when the thoughts come up and they feel overbearing, bro, that's completely fine. Don't beat yourself up over it, nigga. You're human. The more you start telling yourself that, bro, and get into the habit of that way of thinking, I promise you, life gets bright. You gotta be kind to yourself. And yeah, bro, that's it pretty much. Your past sentenced you, and now it's your job to break out. I hope this helped for whoever needed to hear it, and yeah.